everyone, this is Augusta Norris from Medico, and we're going to be going through a MyEnroller demo today. You are presented this by Art Jetter and Company, so you will have their contact information, and you'll see it again at the end of this today. If you're not comfortable with MyEnroller, this is going to be perfect for you. You'll see today how to download it, everywhere it can work, and the different ways to have a signature on here, and a great way to cross-sell, which is perfect for your first quarter. If you haven't downloaded the MyEnroller, you're going to want to go out to Medical Information Center, or MIC, as we like to call it. If you'll note in the upper left-hand corner, you should see that it says mic.gomedico.com. Just note that there is no www. That's because this is agent-facing, and you do have to be a registered agent to see this. It does take an overnight process to upload your agent number, so if you got registered on Monday, you would be able to get in here on Tuesday. Once you are in here, you're going to go to this right-hand corner and see the MyEnroller button. There's a big red arrow right now pointing to it. That's how you're going to download this. When you click on it, you'll go to the next page, and it's going to look something similar to what you see here. Anytime, anywhere, MyEnroller. You're going to be able to use this offline. That's on a desktop, so like a Windows. It's going to be perfect. You can use the iPad, or you can use it says online version. The online versions you're going to think of as a Citrix version. That means that it is perfect for a MacBook. That's the best option for MacBook, and any other computer would be that offline desktop or laptop, obviously. Whatever you have, it can work on there. Once you download it, you're going to have a button that looks like this suitcase over here, and it's going to say MyEnroller. And when you click on it, it's going to take you into what you'll see, and that's what I'm going to show you here. So we're going to go through a demo. So when I click on my briefcase, this is what it brings up for me. It's going to give me my state. I'm going to put in my agent ID. You would have to type yours in. It has mine for me. And then you're going to put in a zip code. I'm going to use a Des Moines zip code. And then I'm going to use a female. And I'm going to use her date of birth as October 1st, 1953. If you can see down here, there's two buttons. One that says incomplete and one that says complete. That means that it is showing all the quotes that I have done that I have not submitted, or if I click on complete, these are the ones I have submitted into underwriting. If you'll see that it gives me my list, and every time I open it, it's going to sync it. But say I get back to my office and it hasn't done any of the syncing processes. You can click right here, and it'll say sync with home office. It means it'll bring up all the ones that you have done out in the field that day. Then you can come here and just submit them once you click on them. So I'm going to start new. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. And every time we have the opportunity to give someone a household discount, we definitely want to take that. And what that means is that person lives in the same household as someone over the age of 18. Now, that person over the age of 18 does not necessarily have to apply for a product. They just have to be living in the same house. Now, today we're going to do a Med Sup, and I'm going to do a Plan G since that is our most popular here at Medico. And you'll notice that as I clicked on these, it says the amount here. It says my preferred effective date is April 1st. If I wanted to change that, I could. I'm going to do it monthly, and I'm going to do a bank draft here. My amount is $83.16. You'll see down here premium totals by mode. So monthly right now, my total is $83.16. And I'm also going to scroll down, and I'm going to do a dental. And then I'm going to do a DVH 1000, because that's also the most popular. And you'll see that it's changed again, because it added a $35. Again, $118.16 is now what my total is. Every time that you are able to go to the next page, you'll see that this next button is going to light up for you. It's going to almost hold your hand and walk you through this. If you're not able to go to the next page, it won't let you, so that's kind of the great part. So these are going to be if you're eligible for preferred rates, so if you're eligible for what you've actually selected. Are you eligible for open enrollment? I'm going to say yes. Now, you'll notice as soon as I clicked yes, these were grayed out. That means that I don't have to fill out those information asks. Now, are you eligible for guaranteed issue? I'm going to say no in this case. Now, you'll see that down here, it's still giving me my rate for both of these, my Plan G and my DVH, still saying that my payment is monthly bank draft, and it's going to let me go to next. So here it said that I live in the same household as somebody over 18, so I said yes to the household discount. It's just going to ask their name. So I'm going to say his name is John Smith, and then I'm going to be able to go to the next page. Now, you'll notice that the only thing it asked me for was their name, nothing else. So that's all I have to know. This here is going to be information on the client that is submitting this application. So this is Sue. Her home address is 12345 Main Street over in Des Moines. And then I just need her phone number. Make sure you have this stuff written down because you will have to use her phone number again. And then you'll come down here and see, I have read the following statement to the applicant and received agreement. The information furnished on this application will be complete, true, and correctly recorded to the best of your knowledge. I'm going to agree to that. So now I can go on. All right. Did you enroll in Medicare Part B in the last 6 months? I'm going to say yes. And then I'm going to say that it was October 1st of this year. It's going to say that this is required. Now you can see that I don't have to put anything in here, and I'm going to be able to go to next. Insurance information. Are you covered for medical assistance through the state Medicaid program? If you are participating in the Spin Down program and have not met your share of costs, please answer no to this question. I'm going to say no. Now you'll see that these are also grayed out. That means that I still don't have to fill anything out here because I did not do a guaranteed issue. Okay, so this page sometimes gets a little confusing, so just know that when you come to this one, this page is only for guaranteed issues. So since I am no on there, I can actually come down here and see, oh, it's going to let me go to the next page. I can go on. Do you have another Medicare supplement policy in force? I'm going to say no. And if I would say yes, it's going to ask me through which company, what's my plan type, and if so, do you intend to replace your current Medicare supplement policy with this policy? Okay. Have you had coverage under any other health insurance within the past 63 days? So an example of that is for an employer, union, or individual plan. I'm going to say no. Now you can see again, it's going to ask me if I did, what was my start date, what was my end date, but it's going to let me keep going. So this now is coming to the dental information. So you can see how easy it is to cross-sell. Do you have any dental, vision, or hearing insurance currently in force? I'm going to say no, but since our dental product is a standalone product, I could say yes here. And then it's going to ask me, is this insurance applied for intended to replace any existing insurance with this or with any other company? And then if you said yes, you're going to provide the company name and the type of coverage and your policy number for that one. So I'm going to go on here and go to next. Now it's going to come to my payment summary. So you can see how easy that was to fill out the information associated with the product. So again, I have a Medico Plan G. My total is $83.16, and I'm paying for that monthly on bank draft. My DVH plan, I am paying for that $35 monthly on bank draft again. If I wanted to change it, I could change that right here. If I wanted to change the payment method, I could also change it to a credit card. But if I'm going to leave it like I want to, I can go next. Here it's just going to ask you to read this MedSup application agreement. You can read this to them or have them read it themselves. So you can say, I have agreed to accept the link to Medicare's buyer guide, or I already have a Medicare buyer guide hard copy. You say yes. The policy delivery options. Upon approval of this application, the policy will be mailed to, you can choose applicant or producer. I'm going to choose applicant in this case. And this is for the MedSup. So when I go to the next page, it's going to be for the dental. And it's going to assume that you want to deliver the policy to the applicant again. I'm going to go next. And here are those 3 signature options. So I can have an electronic signature, which is what we'll do today. Or I can do a voice authorization. If I were to click the voice authorization, it's going to give me that prompt to read to them, and they're going to agree. It's going to take about 4 minutes to get through that. It will be recorded. Their voice will be their signature in this case. So you might be on the phone like we are now, or you can do a paper application. If you did the paper application, it would stop you here and have you print it off and finish it. So we're going to do an electronic signature. I'm going to be able to go to next. I'm going to say that my applicant is present. This would be great if you are out at their house or if they're in your office. If they're not, you can do the applicant is not present. By entering my date of birth and phone number, I am electronically signing my application. I, Sue Smith, who is your client, agree to have that I have reviewed the forms and I agree to be bound to the terms and conditions of these forms. Yes, they must agree. If they say no, you either need to start over or go back and finish what you've already done. Date of birth, so we had it in the beginning and we have to put it in here again. Phone number, This is why you have it written down. And then your notices. You do not need more than one Medicare supplement policy. You can read through these if you wish to, but they do need to know what these notices are so they can read them themselves, or you can. So I'm going to go next. So this is for you as an agent, your use only, and this is if you'd like to split your commissions. I am not going to, but if you want to, this is where you would. So this is also for your agent use only. Producer certification. I certify the information in this application was provided by the applicant and correctly recorded. If the applicant is Medicare eligible, I have provided the applicant a link to the Medicare's buyer guide, or at gomedico.com, or a hard copy of it. Any intention to replace coverage is reflected in the application. I have provided the applicant a link to the Medicare buyer's guide at gomedico.com, or a hard copy of this. I'm going to say I have, and then you're going to confirm your preferred effective date. So I'm going to say that yes, I still want this April 1 effective date, but if for some reason they say, oh, I meant to say March 27th, you can just go to return to quote. It's going to take you back to the original screen, and you're going to be able to choose a different effective date. All your information you have filled out will stay in the application, so you won't have to redo the whole thing. You're just going to change your effective date. But now that I have agreed to both of them, I can go next. For agent use only still, have you personally sold any other health insurance policies to the proposed insured that are still in force, or sold any policies no longer in force in the past 5 years? I'm going to say no. If they are in force, you have to put your policy number here, and that'd be yes. If you do, click the yes. But as you know that you did not, it is grayed out for you. Is the insurance applied for intended to replace any medical or health insurance coverage? I'm going to say no still, and now I'm going to be able to go to the next page. Here can get a little confusing. So what this is that the client will need to use a PDF password to open an emailed PDF. You can email them the application through PDF form. The only issue is passwords are not kept on file here at Medico. So if you send this to them, we always encourage you to give them their phone number as their password. So if they do get confused and forget it and call in, that's one of our first questions, is if they've tried their phone number. So even if your applicant does have an email address, I encourage you to say no email address, and then it says you have indicated the applicant does not have a valid email address. I'm going to say okay, and then in a couple pages I will show you why. So next we're going to fill out our bank information. I'm going to say that they go to ABC Bank, their routing number, and then you need their account number. So everything in purple is everything that you will have to fill out. Account type, we're going to say checking. Are you authorized to use this account? So is Sue Smith authorized to use this account? Yes, she is. Here you can change the bill date if you do not want it the same as the effective date. And then up here, if your client requested bank draft option, what is to be included? Only the coverage applied for today, or all coverage new and existing. So we're going to say the coverage applied for today, and then the account name is as it appears here. So Sue Smith is who's on this account. Now I can go next, and as you can see, it's going to load here, and it's going to load a PDF. And when this PDF comes up, I have the option to save it or print it. If I save it here to my desktop, I can email it to my applicant, and they don't need a password to open it this way. So they can still get a PDF form without the password if you do it this way by clicking the no email address and then saving it to your desktop, and then you have it for your records as well and send it to them. Or you can print it off and send it to them that way. But here is the whole application. But also please note that just because you can see the PDF does not mean that you're completely done. If you come down here, this next button is still lit up, which means I need to go to the next page. And here is where I will complete the case. And this case is not completed until I click this button here and send it to underwriting. I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to send them a fake application, but you'll notice that the next button is gone now, which means that you are done. So I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to go to my next slide, and that takes us through the whole MyEnroller. Now, the only thing left is to hear about the great incentive program that we have going on here at Medico, and that is our all-in. As you know, it might kind of resonate with last year's. The only difference is you will need to write a minimum of 6 applications. That can be any product combination. So they can be all med sup, or they could have 4 med sups and 2 dental, vision, and hearings, like you just seen today. And they would earn $450 for that particular month. If they did 6 med sups, they would earn $600. This is going to go from March 1st, so as you know, it has started, through December 31st of 2019. All right, so that is all I have for you. And now I will turn it back over.